Night. As the clock strikes midnight tonight, Iowa's hands-free driving law moves to full enforcement statewide. The hands-free law prohibits drivers from using electronic devices while driving unless the vehicle is in a hands-free setting. The law actually went into effect July 1st of this year under an initial warning period. That warning period ends at midnight tonight, but since July, Iowa law enforcement has issued more than 10,000 warnings.
The common thing that we do often see is that people see us and then put the phone down, and whether that's talking on their phone or texting, the biggest one, social media, is probably what we see a lot of, and that's the most dangerous one when it comes to keeping your eye off the road for such a period of time. That's where the social media part would be very dangerous.
Once in effect, a citation will cost a driver in violation of the new law more than $100.
Up to this period, it's been warnings only, but it will be citations now as an option for law enforcement officers across the state. And it is an Iowa State Patrol initiative. It's one of our major goals that we're trying to reduce the number of fatalities through enforcement of distracted driving, but it is a team effort.
The Iowa State Patrol says the initiative is already showing signs of success. In 2025, there were 27% fewer traffic-related fatalities in Iowa than in 2024, and 26.5% fewer than the 5-year average, a difference of 97 fewer fatalities. Now take a look at this month-by-month comparison of 2024, that's the orange line, to 2025. It shows a decline beginning after July that appears to correlate with the implementation of the hands-free law.